Welcome to Social Trading Sir. This is Hierophant from France Trading, a French trading forum. Today we are going to talk about the best Alpari PAMM accounts of the week. We are going to look at their return and make a ranking based on it. Let's go. Number 7. Macro Levels. With a return of 703%, ranking 29 in the Alpari ranking, record age more than 6 months, risk level is maximum, the manager's capital is only $600, the equity of the fund is more than $5,000. The return chart is growing with a little acceleration here, so let's see how many investors are there in this PAMM account. We can see that there is 19 investors in this PAMM account, and the 10 biggest investors has put a few $100. Number 6. DoubleCheck. We have already seen this PAMM account last week. It seems that this account is growing week after week. So this week the return is more than 1000%. The ranking on the Alpari website is 14. The account age is more than 4 months. The level as usual maximum. The manager's capital is $3,000. The equity is more than $7,000. A great return chart, very regular and growing. So let's see the investors. Now there are 35 investors and the 10 biggest investors has put a few $100 too. Number 5. JUnit. Another Alpari PAMM account that has been featured in some previous videos. So this PAMM account too is continuing growing with today a return of 1334%, ranking number 9 in the Alpari website ranking. The account age is nearly 2 months. The risk level is maximum. The manager's capital is more than $1,000. The equity of the fund is a little more $15,000. The return chart is quite regular and normal. So let's see how many investors are there. We can see that there are nearly 90 investors and the 10 biggest investors has put a few $100 to almost $2,000. Number 4. Anapa Top Trader. Another PAMM account who has featured in previous videos too, with a return today of more than 1400%, ranking number 3 in the Alpari ranking, and the account age is 17 days. The manager's capital is now $2,400. The equity of the fund is more than $50,000. The return chart is quite regular with some moments of stagnation and a little dip here, but still growing. Now let's see the investments. We can see that there are more than 230 investors. The 10 biggest investors has put from nearly $1,000 to a few $1,000. So it is a middle-sized PAMM account. Number 3. SAM Risk. With an enormous return of more than 2000%, ranking number 15 in the Alpari ranking, account age of 1.5 years, risk level maximum, the manager's capital is $2,000, the equity more than $7,000. The equity chart is growing, even if it's not really obvious here. We see that the return is growing step by step with a big new step lastly. Now let's see the investors. There are a little more than 20 investors here, and the biggest 10 investors has put a few $100, with the biggest investor with a sum of more than $1,000. Number 2. Liaite. Another PAMM account who was already featured in the previous video. So this account growth is continuing with now an enormous return of more than 4000%. Ranking 11, the account age is almost 6 months. The level as usual maximum. And the manager capital is a teeny 300 euros. The equity of the fund is nearly 15,000 euros, and the equity chart is quite regular with an acceleration, so it is normal if the trader is taking bigger and bigger positions with more and more capital. Now let's see how many investors are there. There are more than 50 investors. The 10 biggest investors has put a few hundred euros, and the biggest more than 700 euros. And finally, number 1, ToscanaShinesAgain. One account again we have already seen in another video, with a tremendous return of more than 11,000%. Ranking number 4 on Alpari, account age of 7 months, risk level maximum. The manager's capital is more than $6,000. The equity is more than $80,000. The equity chart, we can see a big dip here. I have seen this account go in this dip a few weeks ago, so I thought at this time that the account was dead, but we can see that the manager has managed to overcome this issue, so the volatility is quite enormous. Now let's see how many investors are there here. We can see that there are almost 500 investors. The biggest investor with an amount of nearly $2,000, and the others at around $1,000. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like this kind of videos, don't forget to subscribe and to like my video. You can share it too if you found it useful. I'll catch you next week. See you, bye bye.